background. Yeah, he's got nothing else to do. So hopefully I shall see in the chat very shortly that you're all back in and still here. Let me just double check. Can someone type George in to make sure that the raffle is going? Liz, you're already entered in the raffle. Jesse, let me see. Mr. T, type George into the chat, please, in Malaysia at 3 a.m. in the morning. And it's lovely to have you on board today, my friend. I got to keep the radio well down so we don't have any issues from our friends on Facebook. Okay, Rebree, you just type George. Okay, maybe somebody in the chat room can possibly help. I've got a friend on from England, Jude. I'm not sure how what name she's entered herself in, but she can't work out how to chat. Well, aren't we all relieved? What can I tell you? Can maybe Jesse sort of talk Jude through how to chat? But I think it's just a case of typing in, send a message and hitting the button. I'm not 100% sure because I only read yours, I don't actually chat back to you. I read them. And let me have a little look if it's on the multi-stream. Mr. T has now entered the draw. Okay, so I know that that's working. That's good. There you go. Jude, you are being asked, are you on a mobile or are you on a PC? Liz the Legend is about to come into your world. You'll see Liz the Legend later on. She's an intricate part of the show. Betty Gemini, I have no idea how this works. Well, join the club. The first thing you need to do, Betty Gemini, is type George into the chat. Type George into the chat and you'll be entered into tonight's free draw. All you need to do is get a pen and a piece of paper and sit and relax and enjoy the show. It'll be starting in about 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes max, once we start to get our friends into the rooms. If you have any other questions, just whack them into the chat room and some of the other people that are here will answer them for you because they basically know more than me. Are we entered into tonight's draw this week, Rebree? You're entered into it every week when you type in George. As far as I know, you are already entered into the draw. Let me have a little look, see if I can actually see. Rebree was the first one into the draw. Well, there you go. Minion Jesse's in, Electric Sheep Minion's in, Liz the Legend's in, and Mr. T. That is the ones that I can see in the draw so far. So if you're just in tonight, type in George with a capital G, E-O-R-G-E, and that'll get you into the draw. Mr. T's mum says hello at 3 a.m. in Malaysia. What are you doing up at 3 a.m. in the morning? Give your mum my finest regards. Thank you very much. Tarquin, it's lovely to have you on board. Betty Gemini, you've done the right thing. You're already entered into tonight's draw. What is the draw all about, you're asking? Well, we've got these. We like to say the most sought after item on the internet, or the interweb as we like to call it. And it was made in Ireland, got some Irish linen on the back, 3-color embroidered safety masks. You can get one of the masks posted out to you, or you can get one of the Irish ? Coffee mugs. Now everybody wants these because they're well cool. The only issue is getting them to you in one piece with the handle still on. But we will try at least a couple of times. Whereabouts are you based, Betty Gemini? Let us know. Who else has popped in? Space Dracula. Radiant Raruka. Lovely to have you on board. Mr. T is saying that his mum is drinking his wine at 3 a.m. in Malaysia. Well, listen. It's about time you started looking after your mum a bit better, buddy. What can I tell you? Electric Sheep Minion said, I wore it yesterday to work. I'm hoping you're saying your face mask and not the cup, because it would look a bit strange wearing just a cup. Dizzy Jude is Jude's name. That's a pretty good name to pick tonight. And she still can't work out whether she's I can't work out how to chat. She's WhatsApping me here, which she's going to get a slap on the wrists for. On a mobile or PC. Then follow Liz's instructions. Okie dokie. Uncle Tony is in and he's, oh, there she is, Dizzy Judith, I'm in. Oh my God, it's all going to go pear-shaped. Folks, Judith is a friend of mine from England. Absolute darling. Please be gentle with her, especially the minions. She's done it. Look, she thinks she's won the quiz just by being able to chat in the chat room. Well done, aren't you a little star? Now, I have to work out whether we are going out live on Facebook. Can Jesse have a check for me to see whether we're going out live on Facebook? Because it did say that I was going out, but I'm not getting any notifications. I did attempt to go out on Facebook, and I had the radio on in the background, and Facebook kindly said to me, someone has said you're playing their music. I was like, well, it's on the radio. Give us a break here.
You're on my technical person.
Oh, hold on. Her indoors, folks, our head of technical. She's back, folks. She's back. That almond-flavoured coffee that I tried to feed her, it just didn't work. So you'll be glad to know that her indoors... our head, are you the current manager of the technical department?
I am the technical.
She is the technical department. Do you have any contractors like Jesse, or do you bring them in? Would you have you anybody in your team, or?
No need.
No need. Okay, no need. There you go. What can I tell you, folks?
I've got no chats.
Judith is so happy. She thinks she's won the quiz because she's worked out how to put the chat in. Oh, fantastic. Okay, thank you very much to the Brer family for your kind donation to the virtual tip jar. I forgot about that. I better just get the links and put it into the chat. So bear with me, folks. Did you say that you checked Facebook and we're on?
Yeah.
And what are we on? What page? There's the first technical question to ask her and door, and let's see what she says. Yeah. Don't just say... We're on Facebook. There's more than one page on Facebook. Okay, so what do you mean? That is not the answer I'm looking for from the head of department, technical department. Don't worry about it, she says. Okie dokie. So let me see. I'm just going to put the virtual tip jar link into the chat. Thank you very much for the Brer family for doing your donation straight away. Thank you very much indeed. Okay, let me see. Okay, I'm going to try and see if I'm on Facebook. Okay, Irish question mark group. Yes, we are live on Facebook. Surprise, surprise. Dizzy Judith has even liked us on Facebook. I mean, she's really coming in full strength tonight. Okie dokie. Okay, folks, so I'm just going to, what I'd love you to do, if possible, is go on to our Facebook, the Irish question mark group, or my personal Facebook, and share the stream. If you share the stream, a little monster pops up here and goes, you're fantastic, you shared the stream. Everybody will see what you're doing, and hopefully you'll all share the stream. The more people that I can get sharing the stream, the more people we can get playing tonight. And that's what it's all about. Because this is the only quiz that you can actually be cleverer than you really are. But I'll leave it up to you. I mean, we like you to be generous when you're marking yourself. But remember, it is an honest program. It is an honest program. Okay, so has anybody any news? Has anybody any news? I have a little bit of news which you'll hear about throughout the quiz. Our friends Electric Eric at the Fiddler contacted me today, asked me how things are going, what I'm up to. I told him, you know, we're still doing the live show, and he said, hey, let them know that we're doing a special promotion. And I said, what sort of promotion? And it's a beer promotion. Yes, they are selling special boxes of beer during the week. The details will come up during the quiz. I think it's for €18, special beers, and he's selling them at cost price because he has all the stock sitting in the venue, and he can't open. Hi to Amanda. Jessie wants to know, is the chat working to her indoors? Yes, it is working because she's not screaming or firing things at me. So if you'd like Irish ? That's me, to come and do a show for you, your family, your business, if you want to stay connected with your customers, why not do it having a little bit of a laugh and a little bit of a chat? We've even got sound effects. The whistle, double check the whistle there. Doesn't sound as professional as Ryan last week. What can I tell you? But we'll leave it down to Jan. Anyway, folks, the exciting thing about the beer promotion at the Fiddler is he reminded me that on the 2nd of April, the Fiddler in The Hague, the big venue that I normally do on a Tuesday night, is 25 years old. So I don't have any details yet, but we are going to plan a silver anniversary live quiz. I think what the idea about the quiz show is going to be where you order a box and then it gives you a code to get into the quiz, and we arrange for the box of beer to be delivered to your house, or you can pick it up at the bar. Anyway, the event is but a fetus. Yes, we are working on it. Good evening, Gordy. Very nice. Gordy said, where's Junior? He's the best. Straight away, our friends up in Aberdeen, he's going for the jugular to try and upset her indoors. Dizzy Lizzie, our friend in England, I just can't remember any ideas where Dizzy Jude is based. Bournemouth, Poole, England somewhere. I know where she's not based. She's not based in Meriden. I know that much because there is only one person that used to be based in Meriden, and that's Mum, our maid of Meriden. Her indoors deleted Gordy's messages. Yeah. Boom! I'll just show it again. I'm sorry, I override you. Her endorsed. Gordy, do not let her upset you this early in the show.
Don't mess with me.
There you go. She's like a female Arnold Schwarzenegger, and that's just her biceps. Okay. Meriden is a ghost town. Yes, Meriden is a ghost town since the maid of Meriden and our resident secret agent, they've moved. Okay, let me see. Share the stream on Facebook, folks. I'm just going to do that to a few people. Pat the Beard, thank you very much for your kind donation. Okay, I'm going to keep sharing. Why not? Sharing as many groups as we possibly can. That is the whole idea. Her indoors. What's happening?
Well, what are you playing on your phone?
I'm not playing on my phone. I'm actually physically sharing the stream on Facebook, like you should be doing with your phone.
I don't have any friends.
Are you in any group?
No.
Aren't you in like a technical Netherlands technical manager experts? No. I think they tore down the pole. No way, Jesse! Don't say that to me. Gordy's he's not surprising us at all because he's based up in Aberdeen. He's saying it's blowing an absolute hoolie up here. Well, let me tell you, Gordy, if you're over in The Hague, Holland has gone into panic station. Yes, panic station, folks. Why? Because there's a rumour that there's going to be a couple of millimetres of snow. But it's not going to be a couple of millimetres of snow this time. No, indeed, folks. Get your shovels and your wellies on. It's going to be bloody fantastic. We apparently have a load of snow coming our way. Well, not to the stage that we had in Iceland, yeah, or like the top of the Mourne Mountains, but a couple of centimetres. The whole of the Netherlands has gone into panic mode. More so than being in a national curfew, the first one since 1945, all the internet is talking about is the snow.
I've done my prep.
Yes, folks, what can I tell you? You know how creative and inventive her indoors is. She has, in fact, would you like to explain it to the people? Should I explain it?
Yes, you can.
She has filled, honestly, how many? 20? Don't say a couple. Do not sit there and say a couple. She has not filled a couple of cups, buckets,
Anything.
basically anything. She even attempted to fill a log burner that had a hole in the bottom. And then she's come up with this idea, don't worry. What did you say? It'll ice over and it'll catch the water. Is that what you said?
It'll ice over.
It'll ice over. Block the hole and catch the water,
And then,
which is going to be snow.
yeah.
Okay. Anyway, she's making ice candles. Now, I haven't got a clue. I don't actually think she's got a clue either. But it doesn't matter. It keeps her happy. Who am I missing coming in here tonight? Let me see. Snowmageddon. Evening, Jan the Man. Lovely to have you on board. Folks. Yeah. Jan the Man. Thank you very much. Jan the Man has come in tonight. Thank you very much. Good evening, Jan the Man. Arto, our FNC, our Finnish comedian, is on board tonight. Wonderful to have Arto here. I sent Arto a little bit of a picture of the 50th quarantine quiz show. The prize has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. An Irish question mark endorsed air fryer. What can I tell you? You were the ones that demanded it. You asked me, was it possible? I said, of course it's possible. Let me just tell you about these Fiddler beers. Basically, when the lockdown, whatever number lockdown stopped and they reopened, they got a load of beers in. Electric Eric said to me, right, I'm going to run a promotion because the beers, I'm going to have to throw them away. Because they're getting closer and closer and closer to their drink by date. So what he's done, he said, I'm just going to sell them at the cost price. So he's put together 6 special beers and he's selling them for €18 directly from the Fiddler. But here it is, folks. If you mention Irish question mark, you will get a very special collector's item Duvel beer glass. Her indoors is devastated because we have no more room for any glasses in our house. So that's what's happening at the Fiddler. We're also working on an event for the 25th anniversary of the opening of the Fiddler. And I was, in fact, working at the Fiddler when it opened 25 years ago. What can I tell you? So I'm going to host the event. He's going to put together some sort of a special beer box. No idea on prices, no idea on how many, but I mean, they had 500 or 600 different types of beers. So special beers is the Fiddler's game. Good evening, Jody. Wasp 35, Made American. Where is your mum? That's the question. Or where is our mum? Move over to twitch.tv/Irish question mark if you have not done that already. That will get you into the chat room and into tonight's free raffle. Hello, Bob, the quizzer formerly known as Mum. Nice to see you. Yes, indeed, our Maida Meriden. She sold the house, broke Jodie's heart. Silverdale will never be the same again. I can't stop in Meriden for a cup of tea when I'm over visiting her indoors, mom and dad. I'm going to have to go down to Burnham-on-Sea and have a look at the pole in the middle of the village green. No, the smallest bloody pier in the whole wide world. So I've been told. Okay, folks, what can I tell you? Throughout tonight's quiz, you know how it goes. If you'd like to send me a photograph of you, your family, the team, playing the quiz, just email me directly, irishquestionmark@gmail.com, and we'll have a little look at getting it into next week's show. Grab88 said, did the beer package in the last lockdown? I'll do it again. Just get it sorted, and the next time you go and pick up the beer package, say, hey, I was told Irish Question Mark sent me here, and he said that you've got a gift for him, and if they don't know what it's about, get them to phone me. Gordy's crying, ladies and gentlemen. 87 million pints of beer will be poured away in the UK due to COVID. Gordy being Scottish, he's extremely upset. Does that? Oh, her indoors, controversial. Does that include Scotland? She says. Gordy, I wouldn't let her away with that now. Okay, folks. So what I need you to do is I need you to share the stream. That's what I'm going to do for a little bit. Share the stream on any platform, or sorry, any group that you're in on Facebook. The more shares, the more groups you can do it in, the better it is. More people will get involved, and we can have a bit of a laugh tonight. That's what it is all about, folks. It's as simple as hitting the share button, typing in a little message saying, hey, come and join us. We're going to have some fun tonight. Electric Sheep Minion says, after 87 million pints being poured away in the UK, all the drunks are lying, gathering around the gutters. Well, that's nothing new. What can I tell you? Okay, folks, I'd like you to totally ignore the countdown clock saying we're going to start the show in 15 minutes, because we're not going to start the show in 15 minutes. We're going to start the show in a little while. Lizorio is now following. Welcome, Lizorio. Jump in to the twitch.tv Irish Question Mark. Type George into the chat, and then you can enter tonight's free draw, and you can do what Dizzy Judith done and join the chat. It's going to be very hard not to call Dizzy Judith Dizzy Lizzie, as in like Liz the Legend, but it's all confusing, folks. At my age, what can I tell you?
Maybe Jude's got an interesting fact about Bournemouth.
Great call. Her indoors has just said. We have a new person tonight from a new area. Dizzy Jude from Bournemouth. Have you any extremely interesting facts about Bournemouth that you'd like to share with us?
One's enough. Yeah.
What? Yes, one's enough. One's enough. Electric Sheep Minion, has anyone seen the Handforth Parish Council Zoom meeting on YouTube?
Yeah.
Her indoors watched it, but what can I tell you? She does like a little bit of chaos in her world.
Perfect.
Amanda, lovely, amazing Amanda is on tonight. Nice to see you joining in, Amanda. Amanda's typed George, and she is already entered into the draw. Absolutely wonderful. Okie dokie. Her indoors is telling me, let's go. And I'm saying, no, her indoors, because I'm waiting on Frank. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who Frank is by now, it's Frank's birthday today. But without spoiling the surprise, it's also someone else's birthday. But we'll get to hear about that later on. So we shall be beginning very, very shortly. Please, if you can share the stream on Facebook, and then we can get some more of your friends to come in and join. By the way, folks, times like this, I wish I had another camera, so you could see that picture of joy, solitude, serenity and calmness that I'm looking at now. Doing this, start the show, but stop the Facebook. She doesn't get the concept of the more that we share the stream on Facebook, the more people we can get playing. What has Dizzy Judith shared with us? It's not about Bournemouth. It's about Poole Harbour. Poole Harbour is the second largest harbour in the world after Sydney. I don't believe it, but don't worry, we will check it. Our friends that are in the chat room, they do love a little challenge. So I will ask our quizzers that are in the chat room here tonight with us on twitch.tv. Would anyone like to check that little fact that Dizzy Judith has thrown out into our world? Poole Harbour is the second largest harbour in the world after Sydney. Is there like a village in England?
Pearl Harbor.
Yeah. Do you mean Pearl Harbor? That's a fair enough call there. Her indoors. Baroness of Burnham wants to know, okay, but does it have a pier? That's a fair enough point. That's a fair enough point.
Let's get started.
Okie dokie, folks. So we will be starting very shortly. Hold on. What is Mr. T says? Does the pier have a pub? That's a fair point. Well, I don't think the pier in Burnham-on-Sea has a pub. It doesn't have room for freaking 2 bar stools. Okay, folks, so you know that I shall be listening to Radio 2 in the background. So if you'd like to listen to the same music as me, you can, of course. Gordy has checked it and said Wikipedia says yes. Well, I wouldn't believe anything you read in Wikipedia, but Space Dracula wants to know, does the harbour have a beard? Does the harbour have a beard? I think I've got to say Space Dracula's been hitting the old tipple a bit early tonight, I reckon. Okay, so I'm going to share the Facebook stream one more time to another group that will probably say to me, stop harassing me, but I don't care, because this is all about sharing a little bit of good, clean family fun with all the people in your group. Okay, Heron Doors, here is the Felly tone. Please try not to turn the music off. Any sign of happy birthday, Frank? He should be in by now. What can I tell you?
Trouble with the kids.
He must be having trouble with the kids again. He's obviously run out of Calpol. That's all I gotta say. What do you call that stuff that you put on a cloth? You know, you see it in the movies. What is it? Chloroform. Chloroform. Chloroform, did you say? Chloroform. I don't think... Would you use chloroform in the kids? No, don't answer that question, Heron Doors. Don't answer that question. Folks, we're going to start tonight's show. You know how it works. For anybody that's new tonight and doesn't know how it works, like Dizzy Judith in Poole, not Bournemouth, you just need a pen and piece of paper. You can WhatsApp your friends and family on a separate device and get them to join in. If you are on twitch.tv/Irish ? Then you get the chance to join the chat. If they start turning green, he misread chloroform for chlorophyll. It's not freaking chloroform. Volume and a hammer works just as well. I bet you it does. Okay, so let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Irish ? Quarantine Online Show. This is, drumroll, Heron Doors.
What, we're finished?
No, we're not finished yet. Don't get too excited. Boom. Show number 44. Woo! Yes, indeed, folks. 44 Fridays in a row, except for Christmas night. You've been coming into our sitting room, and we've been sharing some smiles with people that played the quizzes here in The Hague, also different friends and families from all over the world. What can I tell you? I've got to be very careful about what goes into the chat, because I automatically read what goes into the chat. Quiz time indeed. That's my granddaughters, Sophie and Senna, who are so excited about the snow, folks. What can I tell you? I have to be careful what I read in the chat, because I just quickly had a look at what Gordy put in. Talking of beards, Joan Collins has had so many facelifts, she now has one. My God, doesn't he realise it's a family show? Okay. Liz the Legend, thank you very much for your kind donation to our virtual tip jar. Let's get started with our first question, folks. Question number 1, nice easy one to start with. What is the square root of 64? Do you know the answer to that one, her indoors?
I guess.
Really?
Yeah.
Write it down. Let me see if you write it.
Everyone.
Oh, what did you just say it was?
Everyone.
Oh, her indoors. Question number 2. Especially for all the girls. Who is actually older, Brad Pitt or Hugh Grant? Who is actually older, Brad Pitt or Hugh Grant? Not who looks the best, her indoors. Who is actually older? Oh, she's getting serious. She's putting her glasses on. Holy smoke, look who's just arrived. It obviously took her a while to get into her pajamas. It's Naughty Norma. Welcome, Naughty Norma. Did you get the first question? Here is question number 3. Holy smoke! It's a dingbat question. Okay, folks, so the dingbat questions, the anagram questions, and the brain teaser questions, they are all worth 5 points if you guess them correctly. So, here is your first dingbat from this evening. Basically, you just say what you see, and you write it down on your piece of paper. Do not type the answer into the chat, because a lot of people involved are begging you to. But don't do it. Don't help them. We'll see how clever they all are at the end of the show. So this is your first dingbat worth 5 points. Say what you see and then write it down. Solve this dingbat to reveal a well-known term or phrase. That is dingbat number 1. I'd like to thank Jay Van Hastrik for your very kind donation to the virtual tip jar. Thank you very much indeed. Number 4, calm down, Gordy. There's a good chance that your better half will shout this answer out. Who is the First Minister of Scotland? Thought I'd make it a little bit Celtic tonight.
Who cares?
Don't say who cares. I care. My Celtic family up in Scotland. Who is the First Minister of Scotland at the moment? Say what I see never works for me. A fat Irishman is never the answer. Gordy. Let's not fall out this early in the show. Oh, question number 5. Number 5 is, of course, Jan the Man. Her indoors just went into a panic to try and find the referee's whistle, which was round her neck. There's a chance that you can get plenty of points in this question, folks. Jan the Man is our official Dutch virtual referee. He is, in fact, a FIFA accredited football referee. And I can't wait until he's famous and he goes on TV and he's wearing his Irish question mark masks. But I don't think he will. Anyway, how many different clubs have won the Premier League since its inception in 1992? Now, I'm going to be nice to you. If you name any of the teams and you are correct, you can give yourself a bonus point. So I was very nearly going to tell you how many bonus points you could get, but I'm not going to. So, first of all, write down how many different clubs you think has won the Premier League, and then I want you to write their names down to get a single point for each correct answer. Gordy's better half, the one that I really respect in that pair, has said Gordy needs to look in the mirror before criticising. But I think it's a trap just to get me to say that word that I can't say. Mirror. All right, thanks for that. Pat the Beard, P. Van Venetian, thank you very much for your kind donation, my friend. I'm going to give you a little while with this one, folks, because there is more than one or two answers. Ardo's tried to catch me out and say how many, Mark. Nice try, Ardo RFNC. We'll hopefully hear from Ardo halfway through the quiz tonight when he does a couple of his one-line jokes for us. Ardo is our air frying expert, and at the moment he is compiling an air frying recipe book, folks, to go with our prize for the 50th online show. Her indoors is just basically shaking her head constantly.
I can't wait.
She can't wait till she gets Ardo's recipe booklet. Oh my God. Ardo said, how many, Mark? That was his first joke. Boom! He's on fire tonight. Question number 6, folks. In terms of land mass, what is the biggest country in Africa? In terms of land mass, what is the biggest country in Africa? Would you like me to give you some suggestions? Before that, happy birthday, Frank! Frank has finally drugged the children, bribed them with sweets, got Netflix set up, or his missus is still upstairs singing songs. But happy birthday, Frank. And the clue for this one isn't Ireland. There is 3 for you to choose from. Is it South Africa, Nigeria, or Algeria? So, Frank, it's so good to have you on board. If you'd like us to run through the first couple of questions, I'm sure our friends in the chat room will type them in for you. Holy smoke, there's 2 birthdays in Frank's house tonight. It's his eldest kid's birthday. Oh, why didn't you send a picture? Her and Doris thought it would be a good idea if I put this on whenever I'm saying happy birthday to Frank. But when I look at the screen, I look like a freaking unicorn. Alrighty. Okay, our next question is, you've heard about frogs, but what is the collective noun that is used for lots of frogs? Or Rachel or Prevo, thank you very much for your kind donation. Frank loved the unicorn outfit. I'm trying to not get too excited tonight, Frank. Gordy he's pushing the buttons. He's pushing the buttons already, and we're not even out of round 1. So, what is the collective noun that is used for multiple frogs? Would you like to give us an example, her indoors, of another collective noun?
Oh, I wasn't listening. What?
Oh, she wasn't listening. The story of my life. Norma's chat. Norma's chat.
Her sister and husband are playing from Ireland tonight.
Be Jesus, top of the evening to them. And what is their name? Am I supposed to collectively guess their name?
Paddy and
Are you like taking the mickey there? Paddy and what? Bridget.
Yeah.
Paddy and Brady.
Yeah.
No, that's not their name. Norma's sister and wife, husband, what was it again? Her indoors can't read. She needs an extension in her arms to read the phone. Naughty Norma's brother and sister are playing in Ireland. Fantastic. Are they playing on Facebook or are they playing on Twitch, Norma? Get them onto Twitch so we can have a little chat with them.
Liz and Sean.
Liz and Sean. Oh, Reardon. There we go. Very welcome. I hope you're doing what Norma does every week. You're in your pajamas and you're having a little glass of wine. Question number 8. Before I was rudely interrupted by her indoors, reading the WhatsApp messages that I told her not to. Question number 8. In what US state is Jack Daniels produced? We are late. Any chance of? Any chance? NL, you're more than welcome and you're never late. Mr. T saying we love her indoors.
Yay!
Yeah, but listen, it's 3 a.m. in the morning. You know, his mum's sitting next to him drinking his wine. Yeah, Mr. T's sitting there all stressed out. As long as he stays awake for the rest of the show, you know. Number 9. Number 9 is about koalas. Times like this, ladies and gentlemen, it would truly help if you had an Australian, or even better, an Australian zookeeper in your team. The leaves of what tree make up most of a koala bear's diet? The leaves of what tree make up most of a koala bear's diet? Looking at this koala bear, it looks like it could be a marijuana tree, but it doesn't grow on trees, it grows on bushes. So I've been told. Dizzy Judith, I think someone's just helped her because she's just got the first dingbat. She's a little bit slow, isn't she? What can I tell you? I wonder what side of the harbour she's on. That could be it. She could have, like, the harbour's that big, she could have, like, signal strength problems.
She's in Poole.
And Poole. And where is the harbour then? Sydney?
She's in Bournemouth, the harbour's in Poole.
Her indoors has lost it already, folks. Number 10. Oh my God. Look who it is. It's Liz the Legend doing the anagram dance. Dark anus mouth. Yes, folks, you did hear me correctly. Dark anus mouth. Write them letters down, mix them letters up, and it is an anagram of what capital city and the country that it is a capital of. At this stage, I would advise you to maybe get your phone out, take a little picture, so you can work on it during the next 2 rounds. Remember, for anybody that's playing the show new tonight, we will do the first 3 rounds. Then I'll give you the answers to the first 3 rounds. We'll do a few announcements at halftime. Ardo, our Finnish comedian, comes in, tells a couple of jokes, and then we crack on with the second half. So that is your first round over and done with. If you're in twitch.tv/Irish ? Please type George into the chat. This gives you the chance to win one of our draws, a choice of one of our prizes tonight, the Irish ? Face, nearly called it Facebook mask, the face mask, 3 layers, handmade in Ireland, embroidered in 3 colours. There's only 2 of them left, folks. Or the Irish ? mug, very sought after, with the dodgy orange spoon and the Irish ? logo on the back. I like the way you're thinking. So it's nice and easy. Type George if you're watching us on twitch.tv/Irish ? Folks, the virtual tip jar is open, and just as I am saying that, I'd like to thank Jesse and Micah for your very kind donation. Thank you very much indeed. I've just put the little links into the chat, and we're going to continue on with our show. Thank you, folks, for anyone that has sent a little donation so far. Greatly appreciated. This is our main income at the moment, and thank you very much for all your kind thoughts and support. Our next round is our double points round. I like to call it the picture round, but it's sort of morphed into a picture question round. Anyway, it's not that important, except that every correct answer in this round you're going to get double points for. Here we go with our first one. Where is this? Now, last week, the Breer family said that they were rather upset with me putting in these where are this picture rounds because they were arguing too much about where it was. So I'm going to be a little bit nice this week and leave it up to you whether I ever do this again. But here is 3 choices of where this possibly could be, just to stop the arguing. Listen to the kids. They probably know best. So this is number 1, double points. In the meanwhile, I'm listening to one of her and Dora's favourite artists of all time. Cliff Richard, baby! You know, her and Doors stood at a stage door to meet Cliff Richard. Was it Cliff Richard?
I was 10 at the time.
It doesn't matter that you were 10 at the time.
My auntie made me.
Your auntie made you. This is a great story. I'm telling our grandchildren, when I show them Cliff Richard, they go, who is this strange man? I say, don't mention it to Grandma because she'll really get upset. She queued to touch his shirt. Ah. Number 2. Who is this? Yes, I was saying, if you listen to BBC Sounds, I'm listening to Radio 2 tonight. Tony Blackburn's Golden Hour. So if you want to listen to the same music as me, it's not all Cliff Richard. I think Tony done that out of sympathy for her indoors. Frank wants to know, is this picture me? No, Frank. But I like the way you're thinking. Number 3. Okay, folks, question number 3. What game is this? Now, obviously, some of you clever folk might think it's tennis, but it's not tennis as we know it. I want you to tell me what the name is, the game for the console. So the console game. Anyway, you know. If you know it, you know it. If you don't, you don't. Robert, thank you very much for your donation. Electric Sheep Minion said, I doubt he ever had that much hair.
I did when I met him.
Did you hear that, folks? Her indoors has come to my defense for the first time in about 27 years. She said, he did when I met him. Take from that as you will, folks. Number 4. Which British city is this? Double points. Here are your 3 choices. Belfast, Oxford, or Edinburgh. Which British city is this? Belfast, Oxford, or Edinburgh? Another word that I seem to have issues with pronouncing tonight. Imagine if I had to check my face in a mirror in Edinburgh while an ambulance was driving past on its way to Wimbledon. Yes, folks, where I come from, you all well know my accent, and I do have a few issues with pronunciations. But hey, I just can't change the way I am. Okay, so this is number 4. Remember, it's double points. Which British city is this? Belfast, Oxford, or Edinburgh? Moving on to...
It's the one I haven't been to. One of those I haven't been to is that one.
Is that like a clue for them? That's a clue for them all.
Yeah.
Okay, so Herman Doors wants me to give you this really fantastic clue. It's the one that she hasn't been to. Moving on swiftly to number 5. It is... which James Bond movie is this the poster of? Elkin 2020 is now following us. You are very welcome. Elkin 2020, come into Irish question mark, twitch.tv, type George into the chat and join tonight's free draw. Gordy is now going to think of all the words that he thinks I'm having problems pronouncing. Squirrel. There you go, Gordy. Funeral. There you go. You're going to have to make it a little bit trickier than that. I know which one you're going to put in, Hurrah! So this is number 5, folks. Which James Bond movie is this the poster of? Yes, indeed. Number 6. Now, this is right up Herondore Street. Chocolate bars. Which company manufacture Kit Kats? Which company manufacture Kit Kats?
Yeah.
Oh, Herondores is mouthing the wrong answer. Surprise, surprise.
I just eat them.
Look, it's not the correct answer. Sometimes she doesn't even open the wrapper.
I don't have time to look at what.
Dizzy Judith saying, thanks for the clue. You're more than welcome, Judith. What can I tell you? And it's great to have you on board with us tonight. Hopefully this is going to be what you do every Friday night, laughing along with me. Number 7, double points, back to upset the Brers. Where is this? Here is your 3 choices. It is either Athens, Cairo, or Los Angeles. If in doubt, choose one out.
Clue, I haven't been to any of them.
Herondores is offering another valuable clue. She hasn't been to any of them. My, oh my. Remember, in this round, round number 2, it is double points. Double points. And what do points make, Herondores?
Winners.
Winners? You were supposed to scream, prizes! No. Can you try and be a bit more enthusiastic than normal? It is show number 44. We're hoping at some stage that a bit of life comes into you. You know what I mean?
Not gonna happen.
Question number 8, which is 7 plus 1, and another word that I have problems pronouncing, 8. Who is this? Write down his name. Who is this? Remember, it is 2 points for each correct answer. Robert Ochtentoktoch. Robert being Dutch, I thought I'd say to in Dutch. Number 9. What type or what make of car is this? Now say grab Ochtentoktoch. What make of car is this? Picture number 9 in our double points round, round number 2 at our show tonight. Alrighty, Ingrid A. Williamson is now following us. Thank you very much. I hope you are in the show tonight. Type George into the chat and enter the draw. This is our last one in our double points round. Where is this? It is either Madrid, Barcelona, or Rome. Madrid, Barcelona, or Rome. Remember, double points up for grabs in the picture round, folks. Let's have another look at tonight's picture round, and remember, better putting anything in than leaving a blank space. Number 1, where is this? Tokyo, Shanghai, or Seoul? That is picture number 1. Picture number 2. Who is this? Who is this? And this is not a young picture of me. Although there are some similarities. Very little teeth and the same hair colour, but not as long. Number 3 in our double points round. What is this computer game called? Obviously, tennis is not the answer I'm looking for, but it is used in a certain console and it's got a certain name for the game. What is the game called? Number 4. Which British city is this? Belfast Oxford or Edinburgh? Number 5. James Bond movie. Which James Bond movie is this the poster of? Which James Bond movie is this the poster of? Number 6. Chocolate bars. Which company manufactures Kit Kats? Which company makes Kit Kats? Number 7. Where is this? Which city is this? Athens, Cairo, or Los Angeles? Athens, Cairo, or Los Angeles? It's gone very quiet in the chat room. A lot of discussions going on about this round because it's the double points round. Who is this? First and second name, please. Who is this? Your next one. Number 9. Which make of car is this? So which type of car is this? I just want the make. I do believe. Yes, indeed. I don't want the model, just which company makes this car. It's great. Her Indoors has brought the nice cup of coffee in the correct mug, ladies and gentlemen. She put it behind the laptop where I couldn't see it. So now I'm having a cold coffee. Last one in our double points. Where is this? Madrid, Barcelona, or Rome? Madrid, Barcelona, or Rome? Okay, folks, before we move on to round 3, let's have a look at some pictures of people that have won some of the Irish question mark prizes throughout our 43 previous weeks. We've got lots of familiar faces in there, folks. Honest Pete from Dublin and Cyprus Kev, and look who it is, Naughty Norma. The only time she takes that mask off is to have a little slurp off her wine. Her Indoors, thank you very much for that lovely cup of coffee that you put behind the laptop and is now freezing cold. How's your hot coffee? There we go, second class citizen. Amazing Amanda, lovely to see you and see that you're in tonight. Joyful Julius and Rachel. We have, of course, Pat the Beard and his twin brother, the Grab 88 gang, the Grab 88 gang, Ipswich Gary Butt, Marvellous Melissa, Radiant Raluca, and Pretty Petra. Elkie and Alfredo in the middle, Mum or Maida Meriden, who's now the Baroness of Burnham, Bob, and Kristen there, the boss from Grab 88. New face in the middle tonight, ladies and gentlemen. One side we have from Delph Randy Rada, we have Rob, aka Captain Beer, just about to jump from his skyscraper. And in the middle, Minion Me got his mask and he absolutely loves it. But the more I look at the picture, the crazier I think he looks. I mean, when people take these pictures, do they actually pose crazier than normal? If you want to win one of the masks, Irish question mark masks, or one of the Irish question mark cups and mugs, just type George into the chat. It's as simple as that. Moving on to round 3. Liz said it took her 20 minutes to take a picture that she was actually willing to share. So, question number 1, it was in the news. What is the name of the struggling video store chain whose stock value soared last week after loads of amateur investors bought the shares to punish the large hedge funds who had shortened it? What was the name of the video store? Dizzy Judith is taking sides with her indoors. This is a trend you're going to have to actually get rid of, Judith. Don't be so ungrateful. Coffee is coffee.
Burn it. Nuke to perfection.
Now I'm afraid to drink the coffee, folks. She's nuked it for 3 minutes. It'll burn the gullet on me. Electric Sheep Minion said he had a similar issue about taking photographs. Took 6 attempts before he even got dressed for the photograph for the masks. Number 2. Who replaced Donald Trump in the US version of the Celebrity Apprentice? Was it Stallone, Schwarzenegger, or Norris? Who replaced Donald Trump on the US version of the Celebrity Apprentice? Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, or Chuck Norris? That is your 3 choices. Number 3. Which chef presented the documentary series Parts Unknown? Which chef presented the documentary series Parts Unknown? Oh, that coffee's lovely and warm. There's not an almond flavour to it, but it sure tastes like acid going down. Number 4. It's a brain teaser, ladies and gentlemen. There is a word in the English language in which the first 2 letters signify a male. The first 3 letters signify a female. The first 4 signify a great man, and the whole word a great woman. 5 points up for grabs, folks. What is the word? So, her indoors has just informed me she loves the brain teasers. Have you got the answer to this one?
I was chatting.
You were chatting?
Yeah.
Okay. Arto, boom! Our FNC, our finished comedian, knows this one. Doesn't surprise me, Arto. That's why they're called brain teasers. Do I have to say the dingbat phrase to you, her indoors? Okay, folks, I would advise you to take a little picture. This one's worth 5 points. So if you have your phone, take a little picture before we move swiftly on to our next question.
Wait for this. No.
Question number 5. Jan the Man. Jan the Man, our official Dutch virtual referee. Jan asks, at what age did Lionel Messi make his debut for Barcelona? Was it 14, 15 or 16 years old? Electric Sheep Minion says this is another great reason to have Micah in your team. Obviously, Micah gets the brain teaser straight away because she's the cleverest. What can I tell you? The cleverest minion in town. Number 5, Jan the Man asks, at what age did Lionel Messi make his debut for Barcelona? Arto has just stated the obvious. He doesn't know this one. Jesse's saying no doubt. I've got the feeling Jesse's got it wrong. I would go with whatever Micah says. Question number 6. What is the second Harry Potter book called?
Harry Potter second.
It's not Harry Potter the second. What is the second Harry Potter book called? Listening to a little bit of ABBA in the background, ladies and gentlemen. Knowing me, knowing you. Her indoors, would you like to do a little song for us?
Not yet.
Not yet. There's always hope.
Can I do that?
I'd like to thank Naughty Norma for your kind donation to the virtual tip jar. Thank you very much, Naughty Norma. And a very big hello to Sean and who was it?
Liz.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Norma's brother and sister, Liz and Sean. We'll get Naughty Norma to check that out. I've got a feeling her indoors has had a senior moment. Gordy said, oh no, not Harry Potter questions. Yes, indeed, Harry Potter questions. Question number 7. What type of tree is this?
Potty practice.
Potty practice. Norma says she is right. She's always right, her indoors. That's why we're still together. Oh, look, your cheerleading team, Liz. Frank, a palm tree. No, it's not a palm tree or a pan tree. I have got the answer in Dutch as well, just in case people weren't sure what it was called in English. Because I'm feeling generous. It's a Friday night. You're in my lounge for the 44th time since that thing arrived. That thing that we can't mention. Number 8. I want you to tell me which Will Smith movie is this a still image from? What is the name of the movie that this is an image from?
Oh, he was young.
I love the way her indoors talks, like works it out loud, not realizing that people can hear you.
No, not clearly.
They can't hear you clearly. I haven't heard you clearly in years.
Lucky you.
Yeah, lucky me is right. Judith just woke up again. Tell you what, honestly, I think she's fallen into that harbour. It's a green tree. Number 9. How many weeks does a standard human pregnancy last? Now, any of the ladies that have been through this, I'm sure you know the answer to it. But I thought I'd put this in for some of the folk that haven't had the pleasure of having a screaming child keep you awake for 18 years. How many weeks does a standard human pregnancy last?
Too many.
Her indoors are saying too many. Liz said, are we counting from LMP or fertilization? Can you keep your thoughts clean? Because it is a family show. Luckily, we can say that to Liz. And if you have any questions, Liz, just come on over to our house and talk about it. Well, she can't because it's 2 minutes past the curfew. That's the only reason why I'm saying it, yeah?
Come on, Liz.
Come on, Liz. Get on your bike and get a €95 fine. Number 10. It's Dingbat time, ladies and gentlemen. Five points up for grabs for all the dingbats, all the anagrams, and all the brain teasers tonight. 5 points up for grabs. Solve this dingbat to reveal a well-known phrase or saying. Simply say what you see to someone sitting opposite you and get them to write it down. Liz has said it would be worth it just to see my face live. No, Liz. I don't want you to get caught, honestly. Every time anybody goes past out there after 9 o'clock during the curfew, I'm ducking, thinking the forces that were here in 1945 are back. So here is Dingbat. Say what you see. Okay, folks, that is half time. First 3 rounds done. Make sure you type George into the chat to be entered into tonight's free raffle. The virtual tip jar is open. Thank you very much for the people that have sent some donations so far. It can be done either through the Dutch bank or the PayPal link. Thank you very much. Did you hear the news? Sound of Music sadness tonight here indoors. What did you call the actor that was the father of the family? He passed away today. He did. 193. Now, folks, if you would like to hire Irish Question Mark for our private event for your family to have a little bit of fun, or for your company to bring back some joy, happiness, and a little bit of abuse in a nice way, contact me directly via irishquestionmark@gmail.com. You know where to find me on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course here on Twitch TV. You can also do a search for Irish Question Mark on YouTube, and you'll see some of the previous shows. That's a good idea, honest Dizzy Judith. Why don't you watch a previous show, then ask all your family to play the show with you on the YouTube channel, because then you can look really clever. Okay. Here are your answers. 1 point for each correct answer, unless I tell you differently. Let's get started. Number 1, nice and easy. What is the square root of 64 here indoors? 8 is the correct answer, or 7 plus 1 if you can understand my accent. 1 point for that correct answer. Number 2. Who is older? Number 2, it is of course Hugh Grant. 1 point for Hugh Grant. Number 3, Dingbat time. Simply say what you see. How did you get on with that Dingbat here indoors?
How many years older is Hugh Grant?
What do you see? You see the number 4 in language. Foreign language is the correct answer. If you have that, give yourself 5 points. Number 4. Who is the First Minister of Scotland? Nicola Sturgeon is the correct answer. Give yourself a point if you guessed that one correct. Her indoors is currently trying to find out how many years older Hugh Grant is compared to Brad Pitt.
No, I was curious.
You're just curious. Well, how about curiously finding it out for us?
Sorry.
Ipswich Gary, thank you very much for your kind donation. Number 5 was Jan the Man's first question in tonight's quiz. So, give yourself 1 point if you guessed 7 teams. And give yourself 1 point for each of the correct answers when you named the team. Manchester United, Manchester City, Blackburn, Arsenal, Chelsea, Leicester, and Liverpool. Man United, Man City, Blackburn, Arsenal, Chelsea, Leicester, and Liverpool. That is your 7 teams for 7 points. And give yourself 1 extra point if you guessed the number 7. Moving on to our next one. In terms of land mass, the biggest country in Africa is Algeria. Well done to Father Brer, who figured out the football question. It's probably going to be one of the only ones he figures out tonight without the kids' help anyway. Moving on swiftly to number 7. What is the collective noun that is used for multiple frogs? Well, believe it or believe it not, folks, it is called...
Froggies.
No, it's not called froggies, Arendors. It's an army of frogs. An army of frogs. Give yourself a point if you got that right. Minion Jesse said, what about a plague of frogs? What about... No, that's incorrect. Number 8. In what U.S. state is Jack Daniels produced? The correct answer is Tennessee. And I'd like to thank her indoors for blowing her... no, not your whistle. For coming out and doing a little video for the Jack Daniels question. Thank you very much, her indoors. Number 9. The leaves of what tree make up most of a koala bear's diet is the eucalyptus tree. And that's why they're a little bit dopey and right out there, man. A ribbit of frogs. A ribbit of frogs. Minion Jesse says, tell it to the Egyptians. Okay, it wasn't a plague of frogs. And number 10. Holy smoke, folks, look who it is doing his little anagram dance. It is... Happy birthday, Frank! Congratulations, Frank. Great that you're here. Congratulations on your oldest child's birthday as well. Not that you mentioned the child's name because it's all about you, Frank. Happy birthday tonight, Frank. Here is your answer for 5 points. Khartoum, Sudan. If you had that, give yourself 5 points for tonight's anagram question. Moving on to the double points round. Round number 2. Question number 1. Where is this? For 2 points, the correct answer is Tokyo. Question number 2. Who is this? It is Adele, known as Adele Laurie Blue Adkins. That could be a future quiz question. Isn't that right, Arendors?
Yeah.
Number 3. The game is called Wii Sports for the Wii console. If you're not sure what a Wii console is, then you're probably just old like me. 2 points for each correct answer in this round. Which British city is this? Her indoors gave the clue. It's the only one out of these that she hasn't been to because she's never been allowed into Scotland.
I said 2 weeks ago.
She did indeed. 2 weeks ago she said, I've never been to Scotland. Gordy is so relieved, honestly. This is Edinburgh, but the clue is actually in the picture because it is taken from the castle. Minion Jesse said that Wii console is a very small game system. I'm not even going to explain the joke to her indoors. Number 5. Which James Bond movie is this a poster of? Casino Royale. B. Seltzer. Thank you very much for your kind donation to tonight's virtual tip jar. Number 6, chocolate bars. Which company manufactures Kit Kats? Her indoors, you mouthed to me, Roundtree. Roundtree don't make chocolate.
Roundtree.
They make fruit gums.
Oh.
The correct answer is Nestle.
Oh, no, not Nestle. Nestle.
She's now getting all like caring about the world saying boo Nestle. Is that because of how much palm oil they use in their chocolate? Just boo them. She doesn't say that when she's opening that wrapper, folks, and yous aren't here, and she's shoving them 4 fingers down in 2 bites. Moving on swiftly to number 7. Where is this? It is Athens for 2 points. Gordy's given us a little bit of clarification on the picture of Edinburgh. Looking down on Princess Street, the one that Ewan McGregor ran along in Trainspotting. They're just chatting away. No one's actually playing the quiz. They're all just having a little chat in the chat room. Question number 8. 2 points up for grabs if you had Boris Becker. I'd like to thank Amazing Amanda for your very kind donation to the virtual tip jar. Thank you very much indeed, Amanda. Number 9. Which maker, manufacturer is this car from? It is Fiat. 2 points for this correct answer. Jan the Man is saying it is a Fiat 600. Jan the Man's too tall to get into that car. Number 10, where is this? It is Madrid for 2 points. Moving to round 3. Here are your correct answers. Back to 1 point for each correct answer, unless I tell you differently. The name of the video store that was in the news due to investors buying shares to punish the hedge funds, who eventually just paid back the amateur investors by basically letting them lose their money. But the answer I was looking for was GameStop for 1 point. Number 2. The one and only Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger replaced Donald Trump on the US version of the Celebrity Apprentice. So 1 point for Arnold Schwarzenegger. M. Which chef presented the documentary series Parts Unknown? It was, and a big loss, folks. I used to sit up at night and watch this guy, Anthony Bourdain. I'd like to thank Was35 for your kind donation on behalf of you and your other half. Thank you very much indeed. Number 4. Here is the brain teaser. Her indoors. Did you get this one? The one that you said, oh, I know these. I can do them. Oh, Dutch referee's taking it back. It's not a Fiat 600. It's a Fiat 126.
Oh, I'm so relieved.
Her indoors is so relieved, honestly. The word in the English language, the first 2 letters signify a male. What do you think that could be? H-E, he. The 3 letters signify a female. H-E-R, her.
Her indoors.
Not her indoors. The first 4 signify a great man, a hero. And the whole word is a great woman. The answer is a heroine. That is the correct answer we were looking for. 5 points if you guessed that right. Heroine, not heroine. Heroine. Number 5 is a Jan the Man question. She nearly blew the whistle there. At what age did Lionel Messi make his debut for Barcelona? I put in 14 and 15 thinking most people are going to say, oh, he was 14 when he played for Barcelona. But he wasn't. He was 16 years old when he had his first game in the senior team. 1 point for that one. Number 6. The second Harry Potter book is called Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Number 7. What type of tree is this? The correct answer, ladies and gentlemen, is a weeping willow. And for our friends in Dutch, that is the correct answer. By the way, folks, that person that I told to stop WhatsApping, she is definitely starting to lose it. Ladies and gentlemen, have a look. Meet Dizzy Judith. Nice to put a face on you. Stop eating pencils. It's not good for your teeth. Number 8. The movie that this still image is from a movie called £7. Pat the Beard is asking me, how do I pronounce the name of the tree, Weeping Willie? But unfortunately, I forwarded on the slide, Pat. Number 9. How many weeks does a standard human pregnancy last? 40 weeks is the answer that we were looking for. Frank says, is it called a Weeping Willie? No, that's something totally different. Number 10. Dingbat, say what you see. Well, what do you see? You see the letter E. You see an L that's sort of turning a little bit, and a triangle. Eternal triangle is the answer I'm looking for. Frank is claiming that instead of saying a weeping willow, I said a weeping willie. That is quite possibly true, but we'll never know unless you watch the repeat show on the YouTube channel. Okay, folks, at this stage of the show, I ask you to send any photographs of you or your team or family members playing the quiz show. I'd like to thank Dizzy Judith for sending that very glamorous picture, and we will include you in next week's show. But tonight I'd like to announce that our 50th Quarantine Quiz Show prize has arrived. Yes, indeed, inspired by Arto, our FNC, our Finnish comedian, who is our resident air fryer expert. It all started with a garlic bread. I sent him a message the other night and said, hey, Arto, we've got the Irish question mark air fryer. Now we just need your recipe book. He said to me, it starts with a garlic bread, but tonight I'm making a salmon quiche. A salmon quiche in an air fryer, ladies and gentlemen. He didn't send me any pictures of how it turned out, but I cannot wait. Otto, you've got 2 weeks, or 2 and a bit weeks, actually 3 weeks if you really want to make it good, to get it to me, and her indoors is going to sort it out and make it look absolutely wonderful. On our 50th show, we will be raffling the air fryer and Arto's recipe book. Basically, the instruction manual to get the most out of an air fryer. Liz the Legend said, how can I bribe you best? How can I bribe you best? It's a family show. I don't even want to mention that on air. Also, it is lovely to get another picture sent all the way from Malaysia at 3 a.m. It is Mr. T. And his mom, I think, has gone to bed because she's drank all his wine. Okay, back to what is going on about the Fiddler. Yes, during the last lockdown that they opened up, they ordered a whole new load of special beers. They are at the moment, because the doors are still closed here in Holland, they are putting together a special beer box at the moment, and they're selling them at the price that they bought the beers. So if you want to go down any Friday between 11 and 6 p.m, you can get one of these special little beer boxes, and if you mention Irish question mark, they give you a little extra prize, a special collector's item Duvel beer glass. We also are working on an event for the 25th anniversary of the Fiddler in The Hague, the Fiddler microbrewery. I used to work there when it first opened, and now I just host the shows. Well, I used to host the shows till last year, until the whole thing went pear-shaped. But we're going to put together a package for the special 25th anniversary quiz show. A box of beer, entrance into the quiz, different prizes. And from next week onwards, Electric Eric has said to me, hey, I've got some Albino Fox special t-shirts and some Animal Army beer glasses. So we're going to include them in our raffle next week. And I'd like to do a special thank you to Christopher. My cousin tuning in from Armagh City tonight. He wasn't well, but I'm really glad that he is on the mend. And this gentleman that he is with is my father, my dad. And if he's watching, hi dad, how you doing? I'll give you a call tomorrow. Okay, great. Thank you very much, Christopher. Before I move swiftly on, I've got to say, not only is it Frank's birthday, but happy birthday, Jan the Man! Absolutely, Jan the Man. It was Jan the Man's birthday, and his better half, hello Mrs. Jan, she arranged a very special trip for him. She took him into the woods. Well, what can I tell you? He was extremely happy and he enjoyed the surprise from Mrs. Jan. I loved the action shots that he sent me, and he remembered that it was a family show. Nothing but pure joy and fun. Jan, I hope you enjoyed yourself. Thank you very much for sharing that. And a special thank you to Mrs. Jan for planning your surprise around our Friday night show, because she took him last night because he didn't want to miss tonight's show. Sound effects, please. Jan the Man, happy birthday! Alrighty, folks. It is about half time. I have a lovely picture here of the Mr. T's quiz team. Thank you very much for sending that in. We will include that in our show next week. Okay, folks, we're going to take a very short break. I'm going to go and grab a quick fresh cup of coffee. We'll come back. Her indoors is scribbling something super important on the whiteboard. We'll announce it when we come back. In the meanwhile, be nice, chat to yourselves, be gentle with Dizzy Judith. She does come from a place that has the second biggest harbour in the world.
Just lovely. Yeah, I would do.
Alrighty, folks. So, welcome back. Let's have a little look at our mugs gallery, and we're getting Ardo, our Finnish comedian, our F&C, to line up a couple of yarns while we flick through the mugs gallery. Our winners of the Irish question mark coffee mugs. We have either a mask or a mug up for grabs tonight. The winner can choose. So, Ardo, if you're there, get typing into the chat, and I shall read your little bouts of Finnish humour out to our friends tonight in the Irish question mark quarantine online quiz show. I'm going to ask you that magic question here indoors. On what?
Facebook.
Okay, I think actually Arto has gone to air fry something, which he normally does halfway through the quiz. So we'll see when he comes back if he has a few jokes for us. In the meanwhile, what her indoors was furiously scribbling on the little whiteboard was, next week, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's as close to Valentine's Day as we're going to get. So it will be the 12th of February. If you would like to dedicate a little dedication to the person that you love out in that world of quizzers, or even in your next room, send me a little message. You can email me either a picture or, and her indoors has to take the credit for this, a little rhyme like the little verses we used to make up in the cards, like roses are red, violets are blue. I'm shit at quizzes. How did you do? Out of the top of my head, that's as good as I could do. Aaron Doors, would you like to create one instantly on the spot? No, I didn't think so. Okay, so is Arto here? I don't know what I'm missing about this donkey. Who actually has a donkey? There's something that is going on about an intervention, about a donkey. I have totally lost it. This has got to be the least inclusive conversation. Maybe we should just take... Haven't got a clue. Anyway, folks, if you're not in the draw yet, type George into the chat. If you are watching this on Twitch, twitch.tv/Irish ? That's where you want to come and watch the quiz. Then you can type into the chat room, and you can also enter tonight's free draw by typing George in the chat. Our virtual tip jar is open. I am just going to put the links back into the chat. Thank you very much for all your kind donations so far. There we go. Okay. Is anyone going to tell me about this donkey? Her indoors, have you worked out what's happening about the donkey? Or do you think they're just arsing around? Do you miss the Irish pub quiz? If you do, then it would be a great idea for you to hire me to come into your house and have a chat, obviously virtually, or into your for your company. We can tailor make the show whatever way you would like to do it. We can even do it in a Zoom room where we can see each other, etc., etc. It's totally up to you. Bob, the Baroness of Burnham, has said she's just going to wait and win the air fryer. I like the way you're thinking. If you would like to hire Irish ? That's me. Just contact me via irish@gmail.com, or you can go on to irish?com and have a look at my new website, my new updated website. Have a little look and let me know how what you think about it. Dizzy Judy is a quiz virgin tonight, and it's been a while since she heard that term. How many times can I go in for the raffle? Well, if you type George once, you're in. If you type George 20 times, you're in once. I hope that answers the questions. I'd like to thank, talking about Dizzy Jude, thank you very much for your kind donation, Jude. Thank you very much indeed. You know where to find us, folks, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, and here, of course, on twitch.tv. Let's get started with the second half of the show. Is there any sign of Arto? Or has Arto been called away to work and unable to give us a couple of jokes at half time? Has anyone been chatting to Arto? Liz has said, don't worry about the air fryer, Bob. It's already got her name on it. Uncle Tony's saying, will it have an English plug? No, but you can buy an adapter. Grab88 has entered the draw by typing George. That's good to see. Weird, it didn't work the first time. Okay, well, as long as it works the second time, that's okay. What's her indoors doing? It's not letting you enter. I put a block on it. It just said her indoors has entered the chat. Baroness of Burnham saying she doesn't want to pay the postage tax, the import tax. It's what you chose for. Don't get me started on Brexit. Boom! Question number 1, round 4. Here we go. I like this question, which basically means that you probably won't. Only 2 people have won both a Nobel Prize and an Oscar. One of them is George Bernard Shaw. And I'm pretty sure that every one of you will know the other person. My question is, who is the other person? Jan the man's wondering whether the air fryer will get there with its handle on. I hope so. Her indoors is going to go mental with bubble wrap. It's going to be about the size of a freaking truck by the time it gets back into the box. Gordy says air frying is an offence to cuisine. That's because he deep fries everything. So that is question number 1. I like this question, which probably means you won't. Question number 2. Who is the current president of Brazil? Who is the current president of Brazil? Question number 3. Who wrote The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings? Who wrote The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings? Well, he is the president of Brazil. That's not how you put on a face mask, mate. Number 4. In language, what does the Italian word donna mean?
I mean, doner kebab.
No, that's a doner kebab. In language, what does the Italian word donna mean? I love the way this guy signs Italian. Look, where are you from? I'm Italian. I'm a fucking Italian. In language, what does the Italian word donna mean? I'd like to thank V. Avery for your very kind donation. Thank you very much indeed. Jan the man's up next with his question. Number 5.
Thanks for the warning. What, question 5? Is it always question 5?
Folks, this is what I'm up against. We always put Jan the man in on question 5 to keep it easy for whoever's on the whistle to give the sound effect. Her indoors has just looked at me blankly and went, thanks for the warning about, even though the question's already there and the sound effect should have happened. Thank you. She just went, looked at me blankly and said, is it always question number 5? Jan the man wants to know which country hosted the 1994 Men's Football World Cup. Jan the man wants to know which country hosted the 1994 Men's World Cup. Oh, her indoors. I wouldn't change it for €1,000,000. Number 6. Well, actually, who plays James Bond in the 1969 movie On Her Majesty's Secret Service? Come on, Amanda. It's not the obvious one. You should know the answer to this one. Who plays James Bond in the 1969 movie On Her Majesty's Service? To give you a little clue, this is what the guy looks like.
Jesse says it's a cricket question, right?
It's a ball sport, but it's not cricket.
He's missed the cricket question.
Yeah, I might have to do a cricket round next week for Jesse because he's harassing me that there's no cricket question so far. Instead of cricket, something else that might upset you. Here's a Teletubby question. In the children's TV series, which Teletubby has a scooter? Uh-oh. Which Teletubby has a scooter? You've got a 4 in 1 chance of guessing this one right, folks. But that's only if you know all the names of the Teletubbies. Minion Jesse says the kilted purple one. Are you talking about Gordy again? Question number 8. It's a scary thought. Dizzy Judith is a Teletubby expert, folks. Time to maybe get 5 points. It's another brain teaser question. 4 cars come to a 4-way stop, like a crossroads. All are coming from a different direction. No one in the car can decide who got there first. So they all go forward at the same time. They do not crash into each other, but all 4 cars go. How is that possible? 4 cars come to a 4-way stop, all coming from a different direction. They can't decide who got there first, so they all go forward at the exact same time. They do not crash into each other, but all 4 cars go. How is that possible? Take a picture of this, folks. This is worth discussing with your friends, family, and whoever else you're playing the quiz with, because this is worth possible 5 points.
Where do they go?
Her indoors. What did you just say?
Where do they go?
Where do they go?
Yeah.
Where do you think they go? They just go on their journey.
No, I go.
No, they don't. They don't go backwards, her indoors.
One of them backwards?
No.
Why?
They all go the clue is about them not going backwards when it says they all go forward at the same time. All right, let's move on to number 9. It's another James Bond question. Which movie saw Roger Moore's first big screen appearance as 007? Frank said they all vanish, but that's just in tonight's show. I've just popped it back for you to have another quick look at the brain teaser. Get your phone, take a picture of it like I asked you to, so you can have a little look while we continue on with the next round. How's that, Jessie?
I've got my Lego cards.
Her indoors is playing with Lego cars, but she needs like 2 sets of arms to make it work. Alrighty, so number 9 you knew was the question about Roger Moore's first big screen appearance as 007. Minion Jesse has lost the plot, still trying to draw the streets. Okay. Liz is saying kiss. What does that mean? Keep it simple, stupid. Number 10. It's Dingbat. Dingbat. Alrighty, folks. So this Dingbat question. Say what you see. There is a word in the middle of this jumble jangle that gives you a massive clue. Say what you see. I'd advise you to take a picture of this one, folks, because this is worth 5 points. You're a dingbat at the end of round 4 in tonight's online quiz show with Irish question mark and her indoors. Round 5. Question number 1. In the classic version of Trivial Pursuit, what colour is the sports and leisure category? Minion Jesse, you just have to let that 5 points go. Jesse wants to know, do I need lights, zebra crossings or street signs? And what make are the cars? It's not that important. But you could actually lose tonight's quiz.
I'm getting there.
Her indoors has done a drawing which I don't think you're going to be able to see. It isn't helping. Do they all have ABS brake systems? So, number 2. Which of these cities is furthest from London by plane? Seoul or Toronto? Which of these cities is furthest from London by plane? Seoul or Toronto?
That KLM.
Her indoors wants to know KLM or Aer Lingus. Would it make a difference? No, it wouldn't actually. Jan the man is just throwing a bit of confusion into the reconstruction and saying, did the donkey fall in the middle of the crossroads? Oh. Number 3. A nice easy dingbat that I think even Gordy might guess. Solve this dingbat to reveal a well-known phrase. Simply say what you see. Remember the dingbats, the anagrams, and the brain teasers. How many points are they worth tonight? Her indoors? 5 points for the anagrams, the dingbats, and the brain teasers. Take a picture of this so you can have a little look. Your next question. Question number 4. What European country has the world's shortest coastline? What European country has the world's shortest coastline? By the way, the dolphin video is not a clue. I just like to see dolphins swim. What European country has the world's shortest coastline? Minion Jesse, it's not. Liz, it's not.
Ireland.
Ireland, it's not.
Oh no, they're not in Europe.
We are in Europe. You lot aren't in Europe. Number 5. What is the main character in Les Miserables called? What is the main character in Les Mis called? Letzenberg. I think Minion Jesse's had a few jars. He's trying to spell Luxembourg in his foreign tongue. So, what is the main character in Les Mis called? First and second name, please. Jodie is getting all technical because she's seen the show. Depends who you consider the main character. Well, the person that I consider to be the main character is the answer that I have. Should I give you the initials to the answer I have? Dizzy Judith saying, is that a trick question? Basically, this is your first night tonight, so every question's a trick question. The initials, I had a one-name answer. Liz said I had a one-name answer. Well, that's not the answer I'm looking for. Anyway, the answer I'm going to give you the point for is, I nearly said the answer. The initials is J for Judith and V for Vatican. J for Julius and V for Victor. JV. That's the answer that I have, and that's the answer that I'm going to award the points for. But then again, it's an honesty quiz tonight, so you can award yourself a point for the answer that you have. Number 6. 2 points up for grabs. What 2 countries are separated by the Yucatan Channel? Yay for Julius. What two countries are separated by the Yucatan Channel? Number 7. Number 7, for all the ladies and the girls and the ladies that think they're girls, Justin Timberlake made his name as part of which boy band? Justin Timberlake made his name as part of which boy band? Her indoors is whoop whoop whooping and dancing on the chair, but the last time she seen a boy band, they were called the Drifters. Not Cliff Richard. Cliff Richard and the Drifters. It was Cliff Richards and the Shadows. Was that the band you seen? All them years ago. Alrighty. Question number 8. Well spotted, Jan the man. That question about Justin Timberlake was question number 7. Well done. Minion Jesse said, was it Cliff and the Young Ones? Okay, folks, this is another brain teaser. I'm going to leave this on the screen until even Minion Jesse takes a photograph of it so he can actually let Micah have a look at it and she can get you the 5 points. You are in a place called Wally's World. And there is only one law in Wally's World. There is a mirror, but no reflection. There is pizza with cheese, but no sausage. There is pepper, but no salt. There is a door, yet no entrance or exit. What is the only law in Wally's World? Brain teaser, 5 points up for grabs. You're in a place called Wally's World. There is only one law in Wally's World. There is a mirror, but no reflection. There is pizza with cheese, but no sausage. There is pepper, but no salt. There is a door, but there's no entrance and no exit. What is the only law in Wally's World? Guess it correct, folks, and you get yourself 5 points. Moving swiftly along, and I hope you've took the picture. Frank says, is it the Hotel California rule? You can check out, but you can never leave. Number 9. What outdoor wear and equipment manufacturer has this as its logo? So which company has this as its logo?
Dinosaurs.
And number 10 is an anagram. Grim Sex in Depths is an anagram of what 1978 movie directed by Alan Parker? Grim Sex in Depths is an anagram of what 1978 movie directed by Alan Parker? Take a photograph of this, folks, mix the letters up, and you should get the answer. It is a 2-word answer. 2 words in the answer. Grim Sex in Depths. It's anagram time, and it's worth 5 points. Hopefully, you've taken the photograph or you've written down Grim Sex in Depths. Remember, it's a family show. Round 6. Question number 1. Joe Biden is only the second ever Catholic US president. Who was the first? Joe Biden is only the second ever Catholic US president. Who was the first?
No, just I know the movie now.
Question number 2. It's Rugby Six Nations time again, folks. For a point each, name the 6 nations that will be involved in the Six Nations Rugby Tournament, starting this weekend, I do believe.
Woo!
Woo! Okay, easy. This has got nothing to do with Jan the Man here. Easy. Yeah, no extra sound effects are endorsed, thank you. So 6 points up for grabs. Name the 6 nations. Gordy saying big game tomorrow, us against the Sassenachs. Yes, indeed. Isn't it the Calcutta Cup? Is that what you're playing for by any chance? So there you go, 6 points up for grabs for the 6 nations that are played in the Six Nations Rugby Tournament, starting tomorrow with Scotland against England.
Woo! Glee, bring it on!
Number 3. Identify the Will Smith movie from this still image. What is the name of the movie that this is taken from? What is the name of the movie, Will Smith movie, that this image is taken from? Question number 4. Including all of its islands, what country has the world's longest coastline? Including all of its islands, what country has the world's longest coastline? And before Jesse types it in, it's not Norway. Her indoors, what is that?
It's a rose.
A red rose. You keep your red roses till next week's show, the Valentine show, yeah? Or else I'll be putting a thistle somewhere where the sun don't shine. Number 5, ladies and gentlemen, is, let's guess, Jan the Man. Well done, her indoors.
Finally.
Question number 5. Isn't that a surprise? February 2020, which is right now, the new Chelsea boss, Thomas Tuchel, is from which country? Now, I hope I get this pronunciation correct, or else our linguist expert up in Aberdeen, Gordy, could be sending me another WhatsApp message telling me how to pronounce this too. Maybe he's learned his lesson. Hurrah. New Chelsea boss, Thomas Tuchel, is from which country? Jan the Man is saying, Mark, it's 2021. Well, it doesn't freaking feel like it, Jan the Man, but thanks for pointing that out. Jan the Man's on the ball tonight, I can tell you. Jan the Man is watching everything. That's why he's our official referee. Question number 6. Which Beatles album is this? Which Beatles album is this? That's a great question, Gordy. Maybe I'll put that in the next quiz. Oh, 2 mistakes in the night's video show, slideshow, and Jan the Man's the first to spot both of them. Well done, Jan.
-3 points.
Well done, Jan. Her indoors says -3 points for mentioning it. Number 7 in our last round. Times, I guess, ladies and gentlemen, if you had someone from Spain, it might help. Which bay is located to the north of Spain? Which bay is located to the north of Spain? I think her indoors needs an extension on her arms to read this phone. Question number 8. It's a brain teaser, ladies and gentlemen. 5 points up for grabs. What letter comes next in this sequence? OTTFFSSEN. OTTFFSSEN. Which letter comes next in this sequence? Worth 5 possible points. OTTFFSSEN. Maybe this is one you should take a picture of too. Number 9. What part of the body is examined using an otoscope? What part of the body is examined using an otoscope? Hopefully not by this nurse. And our last question in tonight's show, question number 10. It is a dingbat question worth 5 points. Solve this dingbat to reveal a well-known phrase or a term. Five points for the dingbat questions, the anagram questions, and of course the brain teaser questions. Dingbat time. Say what you see, take a picture while I call out the questions and answers to the second half of tonight's show. This is worth a possible 5 points. Okay, so we're going nowhere. We're going to continue with the second half answers. I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Remember, we have our draw tonight. You too could be a winner of one of the Irish question mark coffee mugs or one of the Irish question mark face masks. Beautiful triple layer, embroidered. Everyone wants them. Here are some pictures of our previous winners. They have went all over the world, across to America, to England, to Ireland, to Cyprus, all around The Hague and the Netherlands. And of course, they've even went to Meriden, but not yet to Burnham-on-Sea. So folks, all you need to do to enter our weekly free draw is quite simply follow the show, do the show on twitch.tv/Irish question mark. That means you can enter the chat room, you can be directly involved into tonight's show. All you need to do is type George into the chat and you get automatically entered into the draw. Thank you very much for all your kind donations so far to the virtual tip jar, which has remained open throughout the show. I've just put some links into the chat. If you enjoyed tonight's show and you'd like to leave a little donation, thank you very much indeed for everyone that's left a donation so far. Okay, so have you subscribed to our YouTube channel yet? Do you have any ideas for our next show? It's so easy. This show is all about you. You decide what's happening. You decide what we put on at halftime. If you want any types of questions or any different ideas, just email me via irishquestionmark@gmail.com. I'll do my best to answer instantly and to have a little look at what your ideas are. Remember, I'm still looking for some ideas for what the next show's giveaways can be. Keep sending your ideas. I'm loving some of them. We're going to check and see what is viable. Okay, two people have won both a Nobel Prize and an Oscar. One is George Bernard Shaw. The other one I said you all would know. It is, in fact, Mr. Bob Dylan. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Yes, indeed. Some might call him a poet. Others might call him a lunatic. Me, I think it's a combination of both. Question number 2. 1 point for Bob Dylan, by the way. Jair Bolsonaro is the current president of Brazil. If you got that right, or loosely got it right, it's not a spelling competition. Give yourself a point for that. Number 3. Who wrote The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings? Nice and easy. J.R.R. Tolkien is the correct answer. Give yourself 1 point if you got that one correct. Number 4. In language, what does the Italian word donna mean? It means lady. Lady. Number 5. Number 5 is our Jan the Man question. The country that hosted the 1994 Men's World Cup, it was the United States of America. Give yourself a point if you guessed that one right. I'd like to thank Kay Barge for your kind donation. Thank you very much indeed. Number 6. I bet you Amazing Amanda got this one. Who plays James Bond in the 1969 movie On Her Majesty's Secret Service? George Lazenby is the correct answer. How would you pronounce that?
Lazenby.
George Lazenby. I knew it the minute I said it. Okay. Number 7. Wonder did Dizzy Judith get this one? Being a Teletubby expert, the children's television series, the Teletubby that had a scooter is Poe. Vespo. I like the way you're thinking, Pat the Beard. Pretty sharp. Number 8. Her indoors, the brain teaser. Did you work it out? 4 cars come to a 4-way stop. She's shaking her head close to tears. All coming from different directions. They can't decide who got there first. So they all go forward, her indoors, at the same time. They don't crash into each other, but all 4 cars get to go.
This is an island.
How is it possible? What did you say, her indoors?
This is an island.
A roundabout?
Yeah.
No. The correct answer is they all made right-hand turns. So they didn't crash into each other. If you wrote that or something similar, give yourself 5 points. I'd like to also say well done to Amazing Amanda for getting the James Bond question. I actually thought of you when I wrote that question. I thought, Amanda will know this one, and I bet you the younger ones don't. Oh, radiant. Verluca's not been so radiant. Her answer was they're all driven by men. And Streamlabs timed you out for writing the answer in capital letters.
Or left-hand turns.
Or left-hand turns. We will accept that, of course. If they all done left-hand turns, Jan the Man said, no, UK cars aren't included anymore because they've left Europe. Yeah, fair enough. Don't they cross each other turning left? Not if they all do, no. They all make right-hand turns if they're at a roundabout in the Netherlands. That is true. So give yourself 5 points if you had a right-hand turn at a roundabout. But don't give yourself anything if you just had a roundabout. Nice try. Number 9. Which movie saw Roger Moore, another word I've got problems pronouncing, first big screen appearance as 007? Live and Let Die is the answer that I was looking for. Question number 10. Amanda's stating, God, I'm old. That's only because you're getting all the classic questions. Solve this dingbat for 5 points. I did say to you there's a word in the middle of this. The word is decency, I do believe. What do you see? You see the number 1, 2, and then you see an X in the middle, and then you see 1, 2. What is 12 times 12, Herendors?
140.
What is that known as? It is not known as, I don't know what that means. Gross is the word I was looking for. The correct answer is gross indecency. Gross indecency. If you got that right, folks, give yourself 5 points.
I want to know if I put it in the chat, they got that right.
Herendors wants to know if anyone got that right to put it in the chat. Is this just because you hadn't got a clue?
Yeah.
Okay. Gordy said, I will sleep with a smug grin tonight after getting this. Liz the Legend, we got this right. Well, Herendors?
So did I.
No, you didn't. Even Jesse got it right.
Eve, what do you mean Eve?
Alrighty, folks. Father Brer, he got it right. I mean, I think he's just woke up for that one dingbat. He got the Premier teams right, and he got this one right. That's 11 points. That's more than he's ever scored in most face-to-face quizzes. Round 5, question number 1. In the classic version of Trivial Pursuit, what colour is the sports and leisure category? Well, you just seen it there. The answer we were looking for is orange. 1 point if you got that one correct. Dizzy Judith, can I have a point for indecency? I bet you got more than a point the last time you were indecent. Question number 2. Which of these cities is furthest from London by plane, Seoul or Toronto? The correct answer is Seoul. Gordy said, it helps for you getting points for indecency, especially if you're charged with it. Question number 3. Question number 3. It is a dingbat. And I said I thought that even Gordy would get this one. What do you see? You see the letter I. Where is it? It is under stand. So for 5 points, it is quite simply, I understand. Did you get that one, Herendors?
Yeah.
You did get that one. I'm not surprised. I've seen you checking the answers. Number 4. The European country that has the world's shortest coastline, 4.1 kilometers. Monaco is the correct answer. Minion just said, so not stand over I. Is that like a popular saying?
That's a Shakespeare.
Is that a shit? Oh, where was Romeo compared to Juliet? What? Up on the balcony. Stand over I, she said. No, you don't get the points for that. Frank, I'm not surprised Val got that one because she's cleverer than the average partner. Number 5, the main character in Les Mis is Jean Valjean. Jean Valjean. What is that? Oh, I know. That's Dizzy. Dizzy Judas just sent me a picture of her with George Lazenby. She needs to get out more often. Number 6. What 2 countries are separated by the Yucatan Channel? I nearly said canal. Mexico and Cuba is the answers that I was looking for. Mexico and Cuba. Number 7. Liz is saying it's all about Cosette. Well, I did go to see Les Mis, but I had a few jars before I went in. I had a few jars during the midterm break of the show, and I don't remember much about it except thinking, why am I at a show where everyone's shouting in French to me? Number 7, Justin Timberlake made his name as part of which boy band?
Woo!
Who is it, her indoors?
It's on, I can read.
Oh, you can read it. What is it? NSYNC, folks. NSYNC. NSYNC, man. I know who he is. NSYNC. Number 8. This is a brain teaser worth 5 points. I'm curious whether anyone will get this. The brain teasers, I hope, folks, are upsetting you as much as they are upsetting her indoors. You're in a place called Wally's World, her indoors. Yes, you are. There is only one law in Wally's World, her indoors. There is a mirror, but there is no reflection. There is pizza with cheese, but no sausage. There is pepper, but no salt. There is a door, yet no entrance or exit. What is the law? Damar 1980 is correct. Each word in Wally's World must contain double letters. Well done. Give yourself 5 points if you guessed that correct. Doesn't having a law break the law? Each word in Wally's World must contain double letters. Minion Micah once again storming in the brain teasers. Naughty Norma got this, but only because she read it somewhere else last week. What outdoor wear and equipment manufacturer has this as its logo? The correct answer for 1 point. Jack Wolfskin. Give yourself a point if you got that one correct. Holy smoke, look who it is. It is Happy Birthday Frank's better half, Val. Grim Sex in Depths is an anagram of what 1978 movie? Directed by Alan Parker. The correct answer, her indoors, is not The Commitments. Midnight Express. Give yourself 5 points if you guessed that one correct. Alrighty, moving on to our last round tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Here are your questions and answers. Question number 1. Joe Biden is the second ever Catholic U.S. president. Who is the first? It was Mr. John F. Kennedy. Question number 2. 6 points up for grabs. The Rugby Six Nations the nations are Ireland, England, Scotland, Wales, France, and Italy. Ireland, England, Scotland, Wales, France, and Italy. 1 point for each correct answer, and even 1 point for each correct guess. Number 3. The name of this Will Smith movie is a movie called Hancock. Give yourself a point if you guessed that one correct. Number 4. Including all its islands, what country has the world's longest coastline? 265,523 kilometers of coastline. It is and can only be Canada, eh? Number 5. Jan the Man, February 2021. Well spotted, Jan. I put it in as a test to see whether you were actually as observant as you claimed to be. New Chelsea boss Thomas Tuchel is from which country? He is from Germany. The former Paris Saint-Germain manager got the boot and thought, I'll go to Chelsea and get a hefty payoff when I'm sacked in 3 months. Question number 6. Which Beatles album was it? It was A Hard Day's Night. Her indoor said, I bet you Amanda got that one. I bet you Amanda's got that LP. Never mind guessing the cover. Number 7. Which bay is located to the north of Spain? The correct answer is the Bay of Biscay. Give yourself a point if you guessed that one. Number 8. 5 points up for grabs if you guess this one. What letter comes next in this sequence? O-T-T-F-F-S-S-E-N. Easy. Count 1 to 10. The answer is the letter T for 10. 5 points if you guessed that right. Herman Doors is now looking, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jeez, that's right. Number 9. The part of the body that is examined using an otoscope is the ear. Electric Sheep Minion. Whoa, I really feel stupid. Amanda, what do you mean you didn't get it? And number 10. 5 points up for grabs for this dingbat. What do you see? You see time, but it's not like the normal time. And you see place. It's not like the normal place. The answer I was looking for was different time, different place. I'll also accept other time, other place, because it's Friday and I'm feeling generous. 5 points up for grabs. Okay, folks, so thank you very much indeed. I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Put your scores into the chat so we can see how well you've done and how honest you really are. Liz said my answer was not the time nor the place. I will accept that. Gordy, there's a time and a place. I will also accept that, Gordy, because it's Friday and it's Feel Good Friday. Wrong time, wrong place is surely a better answer. I agree. But hey, just give yourself 5 points and don't be worrying about everybody else's answers, because it's just not worth it. I mean, we're not playing for €1 million. Not tonight. Okay, folks, thank you very much for all your kind donations. If you enjoyed tonight's show, send a couple of euros just to shut me up. Okay, new record. Liz, 103 points, folks. Is anybody going to beat that? Yes, indeed. The Brers, 108 points. Bob, the Baroness of Byrne, family score, 63. Well, that's probably because Jodie's dad, our resident secret agent, isn't involved tonight as far as I know. And probably the Baroness of Burnham was ignoring Wasp 35's advice and typing in her own answers.
Goldie 104.
Radiant Raluca, half a century. Well done, my dear. Fantastic. Gordy, 104. Absolutely outstanding.
It might now go up to 111.
Minions had 94. Damar, 1980. Well done. 110. I presume Rachel gave most of them answers. Norma, ease up on the sparkling wine in the first 3 rounds. Naughty Norma came in at 61 points. Was 35 said probably because we were all too drunk. Keep a sober writer. That's the clue. Jodie's dad said, I am here, but I'm just thick. Most secret agents are. 68, Dizzy Judith, fantastic, well done. If it's a solo effort, if there's 60 in your team, you need to pick a different team. Electric Sheep Minion, I blame me for the 94. Yes, I blame you for 94 loads of times. Apparently, Micah hasn't added it up tonight. The Minions have suddenly got 104. Alrighty, Robert. Yeah, I think they had a 6-pack of the Fiddler Special beer each. Yes, now you're talking. Yes, folks, don't forget, if you want to go and get special beers from the Fiddler in The Hague, make sure you mention Irish ? Name, because they should give you a special collector's item Duvel glass, beer glass. If they don't, quite simply, all you need to do is let me know. Tell them to phone me. No problem, they have my number. Yes, I bet you Rachel got all your football questions right. Okay, so Frank said he didn't write anything down. He got 1,000 points. Well done, Frank. I bet you Val gave you all the correct answers. Gordy actually only had 83. He just wanted to have more than Liz the Legend. Well, we knew that. We recalculated our score after a call from the president. Amanda got 36, but Amanda, you're playing on your own. Get your family involved, connect up via WhatsApp, and next week I bet you'll get more than 36. Okay. So, folks, here are our limited edition mask winners. Yes, we're getting ready to do the draw. Make sure that you have typed George into the chat if you're watching the show on twitch.tv/Irish ? Because then that means you can be entered into our free draw tonight. Lots of familiar faces have already won our masks and our mugs. Will you be next? That is the question. Okay, so this is your last chance to type George into the chat if you haven't done it already. Good luck in the draw. The two prizes you have to choose from tonight is the Irish ? face mask. There's only 2 of these left. Or the Irish ? coffee mug. Pat is hoping that if he types in raffle, he might win even better. Well, I hope Venice Mex Pat is in fact the winner, because Venice Mex Pat deserves to win one of the Irish ? mugs. I do believe that Pat the Beard, Venice Max Pat, has only won the mask. So, is it going to be your day today, Venice Max Pat? That is the question. Let's close the draw. Venice Max Pat saying, I like the way you're thinking. I bet you do, buddy. Okay, let me see. Good quiz for the people in lockdown. Next week's special guest, Aung San UK and the Dutch rioters. Yes, there could well be an extension to the curfew as far as I see. Okay, folks, I am going to close the entries for the draw. The entries are now closed. So, cross your fingers. I wish you all the very best. This totally gets picked randomly. I don't know how it works. I haven't got a clue. I am hoping Venice Max Pat is tonight's winner, just purely because I talked a bit about him. And I think he would really appreciate one of the I like the way you're thinking Irish ? mugs. Her indoors. A little bit of a drum roll, please. How's your hands? Keep going. Build it up. Come on. Boom! The winner tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you will not believe it. It is Her Indoors. Her Indoors has finally won one of the Irish ? mugs.
I don't want a mug. I want the mask.
You are a mug. Okay, folks. Rethingy. Her Indoors, ladies and gentlemen, through the generosity of her heart and the fact that she wants rid of the Irish ? coffee mug, she says, pick another winner. So we are going to pick another winner. Boom! Our next winner is... The prize is going to Aberdeen. Gordy and Suze.
No!
Congratulations. You have just got Her Indoors cup. It'll be even better, and I'm hoping that it goes in one place. You have 2 mugs. Either can be posted to you in Aberdeen, or I can hang on to them, and when you come to visit, when all of this madness is over, I can just hand them to you when you take me and Her Indoors out for a meal. Either way, you make the call and let me know, buddy. Thank you very much indeed. Okay, folks, what can I tell you? I can tell you that I am absolutely knackered. Thank you very much indeed for joining us tonight. For anyone that it's been their first draw, like Dizzy Judith, I hope you enjoyed tonight's little show. This is show number 44. Thank you for sharing some smiles together from our house, our lounge, to your homes. Spread the word. Next time, share the Facebook stream and invite your friends and family to come along and have a little bit of a laugh together. Now, I hope you all survive the torrential weather that is coming our way, and I'm hoping the internet will not crash like the full tram, bus, taxi and bicycle system here in Holland when the snow comes in tomorrow evening. If I'm not here next Friday, you know that I got stuck in a snowdrift. My name is Irish ? I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Her indoors is my other half and my better half, who has so much to put up with, I can tell you. Yeah. That's all, folks. Thank you very much. And in our full tradition, I'd just like to tell you, whatever you do, folks, during these difficult times with our COVID situation and our inbound weather coming to Holland, don't chance it. Don't go outside after 9 o'clock until the curfew's finished, Liz. And stay the frank at home.
The whole world's caught a virus. You're not in this alone, but you can help to cure it. Just stay the fuck at home. We're all stuck.
Bring back Junior! Bring back Junior!
To save the world, you only have to stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home. Don't you be a fucking dick. Stay the fuck at home.
If you're locked down with your hubby or going in alone, sisters need to teach their men, stay the fuck at home.
Whether you've got 12 kids or you're living on your own, shut it down and isolate. Stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home. Watch Netflix in your underwear. Just stay the fuck at home. But I need the gym and I need the beach. We hear you bitch and moan. You need to grow a brain cell and stay the fuck at home. But I feel fine, I don't feel sick. I'll go out on my own. I think of you, you selfish prick. Just stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home. Sit on the couch and do fuck all. Just stay the fuck at home. You're living in a dome. Spreads faster than a hooker's leg, so stay the fuck at home. To the doctors and the truckies, those who put food on our plate, you keep the whole place running so we can isolate. Stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home. You can be a hero too. Stay the fuck at home. The only way to slow it down is isolate, not roam. Help the world get back on track and stay the fuck at home. Sit on the couch and drink VV, get shit-faced on your own. We don't care what you're doing there, just stay the fuck at home.
Contact family, use Facebook, Skype or phone. Yeah, we've got the fucking internet, so stay the fuck at home.
From LA through to Berlin, from Wuhan through to Rome, there's people dying every day. Please stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home. Don't you be a fucking dick. Stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home. Don't you be a fucking dick. Stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home.
Alrighty, folks, thank you very much indeed. I shall see you all next week. Don't forget, contact me via irish_at gmail.com if you have any ideas or you want any types of questions thrown into next week's show. I got some photographs sent through WhatsApp and through Facebook. If you could please email them back to me, then I have them all in one place. So anyone that sent some photographs tonight, please email them to me and we'll include you in next week's show. Thank you very much, folks. On behalf of myself, her indoors, and the rest of the gang here in 159, take care, stay safe, and good night.